everybody, this is Christina, aka MsStrawberryBacon, and I'm here to do a tag video. I know I haven't done like a tag video in a while, but I saw this one kind of sort of circulating. I don't think any of like the major YouTubers have done it yet, but I have seen it around YouTube and I wanted to try it out, and it is the woman tag. There are like 4 questions, so it's a really short tag, but I think this one will be really interesting just to see what type of answers people will give for the questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, the first question is one thing you think that every woman should learn. And for me, I think one thing every woman should learn is to not only love yourself, learn to love yourself, because I know that's really important, but while you're on your journey of finding, things that you love about yourself, to love and respect other people. Because at least in my personal experience, I feel like some people think that self-esteem and self-confidence still means belittling other people, talking bad about them, and just being a bully to them and making fun of their body type, whatever. I know I've heard, your boobs are like mosquito bites, give that girl a hamburger because I'm really thin. And I feel like we're missing the whole point. Just because you think that you have this confidence now, I put it in quotations because I feel like you really don't have self-confidence and self-esteem if you still feel the need to do this to other people. And I just hope that every woman will learn, on this journey, pretty much don't put others down to bring yourself up as you're on this journey of, self-esteem and self-love. So I hope that every woman, while they learn to love themselves, they don't learn to hate other people. Name 2 books that you think every woman should read. This one was hard because I'm not really good at recommending books. I have a very weird I guess interest in like my type of books. If you want to be like really generic, I'll be like, good read the Bible, get some scripture, get some word in your heart. But I know that not everybody has a relationship with God, and that's like a whole nother story entirely. For like funny kind of books to recommend, like Steve Harvey's Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man, that was a fun read. There's just so many books out there, but I feel like if I really had to recommend something that every woman should read, I think that of the 2 books, I think you should find a book by a like critically acclaimed female author, like Maya Angelou, Zora Neale Hurston, Amy Tan. I really love her books. So kind of like find a really prominent female writer of your choice and read one of their books, because just as support of our fellow sisters in art and writing. And I guess for another good book, I feel like every woman should read a good autobiography written by a fellow woman, because I think autobiographies, 1, I just think that they're really good to read, and 2, I like seeing how another woman has lived. She might be in another part of the world, she may have grown up during a different time frame, she might be, a different ethnicity than me, but the basis that I've learned, because I really love reading autobiographies, what I've learned is, we're all women, but our struggles are essentially all the same. I feel like if you're a woman or you consider yourself female, we're going to be going through some crap in our lives. And reading other people's lives, realize that, in the end, we're really not all that different. Another reason why you should learn to love and respect other people, because chances are they're probably going through the same struggles as you are, even if they're on another side of the world. So that's why I recommend, I guess for that question, read a book by like a famous female writer and try to find an autobiography to read. 3rd one is name 3 things every woman should have. This one was hard too, because I didn't know if they meant like material things, I have a couple of answers. If it's like material type things, I think every woman should have a good red lipstick, a little black dress, and just another piece of clothing that really says you, that really, you know, you bring your A game, whether it's like Converse or heels or a power suit or awesome jeans. But if we're going away from like girly fashion stuff, because I know not every girl is girly, I think three things every woman should have, again, if we're talking about materials, is I think every woman should have mace on her. I think every woman should have keys on her, even if the keys don't go to anything. Put them in between like your knuckles, have like the keys sticking out, and just jab the crap out of somebody. So mace, keys, and maybe a bat. I don't know. I think those like are like my two main like item type things that I think really everybody should have. But I feel like this question could go a different direction, because if we're talking about like, I don't want to say like personality quirks, but maybe like behavioral things. Pretty much I think every woman should have, or try to have, a forgiving nature, forgiving heart, because it's just, even if you're not Christian or you don't follow any type of faith, it's just good to learn how to forgive people, because if you're sitting there and you're angry and you're doing all this stuff, this other person is just like, whatever, they probably don't even care anymore. So kind of beat them by, you know, getting over it or trying to get over it and forgiving them and just moving on, because life is short and you could just, like, you know, they don't give you a second thought, don't give them a second thought. So I think women should try to have a forgiving heart, an open mind, and, well, this is what I learned from my family, an eye for BS. Because, like I said, as women, we deal with a lot of crap in our lives, and I feel like having a good eye to see that stuff out will be really helpful. And an open mind is for just to try to have women not be so, like, I don't want to say like set in their ways. This was more kind of like dealing with like relationships. I feel like some women just kind of like do themselves like a disservice by not really fully exploring all of your options. And this just goes about going along the lines of like race and age. You know, you might want to think outside the box if you kind of like exhausted all of the, you know, possible prospects for you to marry. You know, you might want to go maybe a little bit older, or maybe a little bit younger, or go outside your race. Just try to be open to everything, and of course just to be open to all different types of people, whether you date them or not, just the people in your life. And I think that would be really helpful. So yeah, three things if we're talking about like body, emotional, whatever. Forgiving heart, open mind, an eye for BS. 4 things every woman should know. I think every woman should know how to stand up for herself. I know that this is something that I've recently had to learn how to do, because, you know, in life, you may not always have that good girlfriend that has your back, or a boyfriend to protect you, or family to be around you, or just, you know, random friends in general that can help you out. So I think it's just important for you to be able to stand up for yourself and defend yourself in any and every type of situation, because, you know, in a perfect world we'll always have our support systems of our family and friends, but, you know, life happens. You might get separated or might have to move, and, you know, you don't have them right at hand. So I think every woman should know how to stand up for herself and take care of herself. I think every woman should definitely know her self-worth, and I feel like self-worth and like her own strength. I know that's like 2 things. I couldn't find like 4 exact things. I'm gonna say like self-worth and strength. I feel like, you know, media and society always want to portray us as being weak, but I'm so glad to have known so many strong women in my family and in my friends around me, because, you know, we women, even as by ourselves. We are so powerful, and I hope that every woman knows that. And if not, I really hope and pray that God will put people in your lives to help you realize your true strength and potential, and of course your self-worth, so you won't be jeopardizing anything for just some random instance in your life. I think every woman should know not to compromise her beliefs or principles for another person or a job or a random ideal that comes along. Just, you put those principles in place for a reason. Why are you just throwing them to the wayside because somebody tells you this random idea? I'm like, but just, I don't know, that's just something that really irks me, when people try to convince you to let go of your own personal set rules and principles. I'm like, I made these things for a reason. I'm sorry that you may not agree with them, but it's what's kept me out of trouble all this time, and kept me on the right path, or the path in life that I want to be in. So I hope that every woman will know not to compromise anything for just a random passing person or moment or whatever. And last but not least, I hope that every woman knows that she is loved. I know we try to find love in all these really bad places, and just unhealthy relationships or unhealthy friendships, and they're not going to give us the love that we want. I hope you know that God loves you. Again, because I know not every woman out there has a relationship with God, and that just makes me really, really sad. But just know that at least I love you. One person out there loves you. If it's not me, hopefully you have family that loves you, friends that love you. But again, if you're like, oh, I'm so alone, let's just say I love you. So you have one person out there that really loves you and wants the best for you. And yeah, I think that's really important for every woman to know, that she is loved, and you don't need to have somebody like a guy there or whoever to know that you are a loved individual, and we don't want bad things to happen. So yeah, those are my 4 things that I think every woman should know. She should know how to stand up for herself. She should know her self-worth and her strength. She should not compromise her principles for anybody, and I hope she knows that she is loved. So that's all the questions for this tag. I hope you guys enjoyed my answers and enjoyed the video. Leave any kind of comments, suggestions, whatever you want down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks always for watching. Bye!